Hello out there. It's Friday, baby. We're on the air. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Bitcoin Journey. I got hair on my hat. It's annoying me. Where is it? Can't get it. Early one today. See, looks like we still got some people to come in here, I would say. Low turnout on a Friday. But we are about 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early than usual. I'm just implementing a last second buy here before the show. So hopefully we're not sharing any screens here. Hold up. All right. We got to get some Bitcoin for these prices. That's for damn sure. All right. Well, what's going on? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Daily Bitcoin Journey. This show focuses on actionable and logical discussion for Bitcoiners and for future Bitcoiners. We're going to have a short show today. I don't know how short, but shorter than usual. Okay, this hair's really bothering me. Where is it? There it is. Gotcha. All right. The Bitcoin's been bought. The people are showing up saying, what the heck, Joe? Why are we so early today? You're usually still sleeping. Killer, good morning. Ginger, good morning. What a great Friday. Hope we dip more, keeps happy stacking. Words are hard today, folks. Words are hard. Santino's here. All right, people are showing up. Here they come. Here we go. We got to be, it's Fat Zap Friday. Look at this. Morrow with a Fat Zap to start the show today. Happy Friday. 1,627 pre-stream sats for the pop. Confirmed, verified. Thank you, Morrow. Why 1,627? That seems like a bizarre number. But, we'll take it. It's a Fat Zap. Anything over 888 sats is considered a Fat Zap around here. And I might remind you that it is Fat Zap Friday today. So if you've been saving up the sats for all week for this show, let them fly, baby. Letha's over in the Zap stream. Good morning, Letha. 88 sats. Good morning. Thank you, Letha. Santino said, if you woke up with a smile after seeing the dip and bought more sats, you understand Bitcoin. Well, I guess I understand Bitcoin then. There's good and bad. For somebody who, speaking personally here, for somebody who lives in Bitcoin, lives on Bitcoin for the most part, I think it's, I think there's a lot of people out there who think that they have to go 100% Bitcoin only, which to me, I know that there's some people who watch the show who are in that world right now. I can't. And I don't think it's attainable for most people, but you can still be Bitcoin only, I think, or living on a Bitcoin standard. I know there's the extreme where you don't even have a bank account, but you can still live on a Bitcoin standard without closing your bank account, in my opinion. I know there's probably people who would disagree with that, but I pretty much live on a Bitcoin standard for the most part. And what that means is I keep my cash for what I need for the month, but everything else goes into Bitcoin. I consider that to be a Bitcoin standard for me. So when you live in that, then there's no real bad days at all. Because when I have to pay somebody in Bitcoin, which I have to do today, I'm pissed because I have to give them more sats. But at the same time, I can just buy some Bitcoin instead, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like the only people who are mad when the price drops are people who have a very short-term lens on Bitcoin and for some reason think that they're going to sell their Bitcoin. If the price went up to 150, they think that they would sell their Bitcoin. And I don't think that there's too many people who watch the show who would be thinking like that, but for some reason they get really sad about the price. Hey, Killer with a Fat Zap, 888 sats. I like that. Thank you, Killer. In both chats this morning. Morning, Donnie. Morning, Joshua. What up, bro? What is up? It's Friday, baby. That's what's up. We got We got a good day today. It's going to be a great day, actually. Clean Your Machine is in the chat, in the house. Great name, Clean Your Machine. Official. No, there's no imposters around here. This is the official people. Alan King, Donald J. Trump will pump her bags to 300K in 2 weeks. Okay. Timber Crasher, good morning, stat sacking legends. People will be so jealous that you just bought Bitcoin under 80K 10 years from now. Truth. Probably even in 10 months from now, honestly. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello. Good morning. Maura, all I had in my speed wallet, I bought some. Oh, I got you. That's why the 1627. That makes more sense. Look at that. He's just dumping his wallet for Fat Zap Friday. That's my kind of guy. All I had in my speed wallet, I bought some yesterday and bridged them on chain. Sell your kidney, buy some Bitcoin, says Dale from QuickBit, Regina. I don't have any kidneys left, Dale. We're out. One's gone and one's dead. No, this is it kidney? Yeah, you have 2 kidneys, right? Yeah, I was thinking of liver. Buck 52, good morning. M Bond, where in Canada are you from? A very cold part. The coldest part of Canada, I would say. Ian, good morning, lovely people. Happy Friday, happy stacking. All right, everybody's here. Tommy D, feeling good. Are we ever? Jason, good morning, Jason. And Scotty V. Good morning. Well, we should give a shout out to Killer for being the first chat. Looks like by a couple seconds to Ginger this morning. But we always gotta highlight the first comment, I think. Friday Buy Day. That's right. Friday Buy Day has dual meanings. Remember, we buy Bitcoin and we work out the buys. Double. You buy Bitcoin, you work out the biceps. Friday Buy Day. Alan, good morning. The roller coaster ride to riches. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today a little bit here. So it looks like the majority of folks are here, I would say. We might as well get started. Actually, every afternoon I do a replay. So I just replay the show in the afternoon. I usually spend some time in the chat hanging out in there if I'm doing something else. And it's good. It kind of gives me a chance to, when I'm doing my clips after the show, I find if I'm, paying attention or watching or whatever, I can see some things that I maybe forgot that I talked about, for one. But I can also kind of see the things that I'm doing that I don't necessarily like, which if you've ever listened to yourself talk or watched yourself on camera, it's not, nobody likes it. But you can be constructive with it, I think. And so that's what I've been trying to do, is trying to, observe a little bit objectively and fix things that I'm doing that I don't think people would enjoy. So part of that, though, is that yesterday we did a show in the afternoon. Moro's usually in the afternoon show, but he's here this morning. But anyways, yesterday we did a replay of the show, and there was like 45 people in there. So people were calling for maybe we start switching to the afternoon. I said no. It doesn't fit my schedule, and it doesn't fit the people's schedule. So we're going to stick to morning. Plus, if I was doing afternoon shows every day, I think that I would become an alcoholic, because I would always want to have beers. Hey, we got a couple fat zaps rolling in here. Look at this. So the magic trick is, if you scan this code, you can send any amount of sats. Although today is Fat Zap Friday, so you probably don't want it to be a small one. But the screen lights up here. So we had 8,888 sats. Said, happy FZF, happy Fat Zap Friday. I like that. I got to write that one down. FZF. Maybe we'll get a t-shirt that says FZF and I can wear it on Fridays. I got to start doing a little bit better job marketing. That's true. That's true. I got some cool stuff in the works right now. So I don't know if anybody's actually going to want to buy any like merch from this channel, but I'm still going to have some because it's important. I got lots of King stuff, but this is a Bitcoin channel. So we should have some merch specific to the channel here. And then if you want to buy some, you could. And we also got 5,888 sats. Happy Friday, Arnie and co-host Jor. Love Ian. Thank you, Ian. And thank you to whoever else sent that fat zap this morning. Very kind of you. FCF, I like that too. FCF, it would look good on a t-shirt, I think. Oh, and we got another one here. Look at this. I love that. The screen lights up green. 1,000 sats, fat zap. Said Bitcoiners are my people. Well, you're in the right spot then, I would say. Good morning, Bird Meta. Yeah, the crowd didn't like that very much when I said we're going to stick to mornings, but whatever. It's tough. I know there's people who watch the show from all around the world. That's why I like doing the replay, because then we can kind of do it together. We can be in the chat. I can be in the chat with people, answer questions. And yeah. In the 10K Bitcoin, is 10K in the Bitcoin in the room with you? Yeah, no doubt. That's what it feels like, hey? I don't think we'll ever get that low. I was surprised that it even dropped to where it did today. Was it 80? I mean, who cares? I'm honestly getting tired of like listening to people. Oh, it's back up a little bit. Damn, I missed the big drop. Oh, it dropped down below 80. Wow. 79. Got to 78. 78.3 pretty much. Wow. Slept through that one. Whoops. Anyways, 82K Bitcoin, still pretty good. So I'm happy with that purchase today. But yeah, I'm just getting tired. I'm getting so tired of like people talking about the price and like, oh, we might drop down to 75. We might drop down to whatever. Says who? Like, says who? It's just so, I don't know. I get tired of this shit. It's like, I post a video on the channel and like what I believe is that Bitcoin is going to win. It's going to reprice the world. That's my opinion on it. And I talk about that. That's how I structure that's how I base my thesis around my videos and stuff, because I really believe that deep down in my soul. So people come on the videos and they're like, oh, Bitcoin will never reach 300,000 or Bitcoin will never, the top is going to be 200,000 this cycle. It's like, who the fuck are you? Who are you? How do you know that? That's what I put on every comment, says you, because that's, who are you what are you basing this off of? If you have an opinion, then start a YouTube channel. If not, fucking get out of here. I don't know. It probably bothers me more than it should. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't pretend like I know. This is just my thesis. I'm not telling people that it is going to do this or it isn't going to do that. I'm just saying what I think is going to happen based on the work that I put into Bitcoin. But people are like, oh no, chart said we're hitting 210 this cycle max. I'm like, first of all, it's a chart. Second of all, this is a brand new asset class. There's nothing for us to go off of except last cycle. And last cycle, this thing 10x from here. So I don't know where you're pulling your information from. Plus, last cycle, Larry Fink wasn't here, Donald Trump wasn't here, Michael Saylor wasn't here. So I don't know, check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And it's like, okay, well, you think this is the top for Bitcoin, then short it. That's it. You can leave all the comments you want on YouTube videos, but if you think that this is the highest we're going to go in Bitcoin this cycle, then short it. Your words are meaningless. So I don't know. Sachi, more from the office. The struggle is real. Isn't that true? Sachi gets it. Sachi's the only person. Well, there's probably 2 or 3 people who understand my pain of living in a freezer for 6 months. It's tough. This is the first winter I didn't get away anywhere for quite a while. and I'm very much regretting it. But you know, we're on the downslope, so we're getting closer, Sachi. We're almost there. We almost got our summer. Wealth Whisperer, Australian here, waiting for Wall Street to open to try to grab a bargain with MicroStrategy. I bought some yesterday, and okay, let's get to a couple things here because I want to talk about that too. Arnie's up to something back there. I can hear him. Might see him here right away. All right, let's start with this. This is an easy intro. What's he got? Oh God, his new toy. Thing's fucking loud. His new toy is loud. At least it doesn't squeak, but actually it does squeak when he chews his head hard enough. It squeaks, but other than that, it just sounds like he's playing with a paper bag. Scrunchy noise. Okay, let's get started with this. So this is from Bitcoin News. Said new brains mining. First test ASIC chips have arrived in Prague. A major step towards decentralizing Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturing after 2.5 years of research and development. So Brains has their first ASIC chip coming out. And I'm not overly familiar with the mining industry. I probably should be a little bit more familiar with it. But from what I understand, Brains is a solid operation, I think, from what I hear. So that's good news. They got their first ASIC chip. I think that regardless of what Brains are, who they are, what they are about, the more people making ASICs, the better. I think that's kind of the point of this. That's what it says, a major step towards decentralizing Bitcoin. Because when you only have a couple different companies mining, or not mining, but producing ASIC chips, that's a problem. That's a problem for the supply chain. That's a problem for centralization. There's many problems with that. So Brains is, they got their first chip coming out. But I just wanted to show this because I've never seen an ASIC chip before. You can see it's in some tweezers there. So they're pretty tiny. And this is the chip that's responsible for all the guesses. That whenever you're running a Bitcoin miner and it's just spitting out guesses over and over and over again, it's from the chip. That's what does that. That's what knows to do that. That it has one single purpose, to mine Bitcoin, which is kind of cool. So anyways, I wanted to show this because we actually did a show yesterday on Bitcoin Generations. So you can either go to Bitcoin Generations YouTube channel or you can watch it on my channel. But it was a really interesting conversation, I think, for anybody who wants to learn a little bit more and just, you know, what would I say? Just familiarize themselves a little bit more with Bitcoin mining. I'm not an expert. Bodie's not an expert. Bodie was just at a conference in Colorado for Bitcoin mining. So he kind of shared a bit of a story. We talked about Bitcoin mining for a while, what it is at a very basic level, and what it's going to be used for in the future in terms of like smart heat and utilizing energy. So if you got some time today, I highly suggest you go over and check out that show from yesterday. I know there was a lot of people from this community who were watching it, who have watched it already, but just in case you haven't, I wanted to mention it for you there. So I'll share the link here in the comments to that one. We talked about a lot of different things. It was almost 2 hours long. We had a really good chat yesterday, I thought anyways, but I'll share it here for you. Another thing that's really been bothering me lately is bots. My God, bots are just like, I don't know what to do with them anymore. Because like, I've been trying to keep my channel kind of clean of them. It's almost impossible though. Like there'll be a video I post and there'll be like 40 comments about this random crypto token. And it's like, it takes me 15 or 20 minutes just to delete. No, maybe not that long. Let's say 5 minutes. 5 minutes to just delete the fucking comments. I'm so tired of it. I just feel like I just want to leave them there. But at the same time, I don't want to be, I don't know. I would feel really bad if somebody actually fell for that. But at the same time, it's like, if you're falling for that, you probably deserve to be rugged. I don't know. That's what I struggle with right now. So the reason I thought of that is because there's one of those comments under that video there. So anyways, go check that out. Pretty good show, I think. And you'll probably learn a couple things, even if you're kind of familiar with it all. I see some folks over in the nostr chat this morning. Hold on, let me catch up here a little bit. I didn't even share this to nostr today. Oops. Let's share it. We are, that's not how you spell R. Live. We are love. Okay, I like that one too. We are love. Good enough. Oh, we got another fat zap here, folks. The fat zaps are rolling in. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this one, the fattest one yet. 10,088 sats. Great zap. Stay Frosty Friday from JF. So that, I think, is from Jason. I'm 99% sure that was from Jason. We got a couple zaps over in Zapstream too. Mark, 21 sats. Thank you, Mark. And Josh zapped 888 sats. Morning, Jordan Arn. Can't stay for the whole show, but wanted to pop in. Hey. No problem, Josh. We got a short one today anyway, so you're good. And Bodie says, good morning, friends. Been trying to zap for 20 minutes. My lightning wall is stuck in Albi Desert. Ah. It's okay, Bodie. You know how to find me when you get her working. All right, well, let's catch up on some comments here, and then we'll get to the next clip. Not clip. Is it a clip? Hey. You don't need to be in the bathroom, do you? You thirsty or something? There he is. The White Wolf. My co-host. We're not doing that. Hey? Stunned banana. Oh, he probably has to poop because he didn't eat his breakfast on time today. And I didn't take him out. I might have to text Bridge. Hold on, we got Arnie problems here. Arnie might need to poop. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. All right. People who measure Bitcoin in dollars clearly don't understand Bitcoin at all. That is true. That is true. Jared says, I get so tired of the virtue signaling part of price prediction. A broken clock is always wrong, wrong twice. Can't stand the self-righteousness as if you predicted a price. Such a dumb game. I agree. And I've kind of been guilty of this myself. I still stand by my prediction. We got a month to get there. But I don't want to be doing that anymore. That's the last prediction I'm gonna make. Unless I get it, then I'm gonna feel like I'm the man. Then I'll probably make predictions every show. Oh, Bridget in a meeting right now. That's not good. Well, all right. Pray for Arnie. Buy Bitcoin, let scarcity do the work. That's great advice, I would say. Constant predictions are a waste of time. It's running rampant. Yes. Price doesn't matter. Keep stacking. All right. There's Bridget taking Arnie. All right. Alan thinks we topped at 109 and we'll crap for another 4 years. Oh my God, what a prediction. What a prediction. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about today too? I feel like we're going to be, well, we can't be late here today. I got a thing at 9. Live with Sabian, live good with Sabian. Says, when the price of butter goes down, do you stock up or wait for the price to go back up? That's a really good point. Alan says, I tend to panic buy butter when it pumps. Good stuff there. Morning, Locks guy. Great to see you, my friend. Colin, this is what I do, but emotions drive price and people have lost it. Yeah, so let's where do we begin here? I know we only got a certain amount of time, but where should we begin here? Is it worth it to even talk about this today? I don't know. Let's check it out. If I can find it even. I might not be able to find it. No, it's not there. I don't know where I put. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. Let's watch this. It's Friday. We can have some debate amongst the chat. What we think about this. Proton drive. Oh, I'm sure the computer's going to start running hot here. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, let's watch this video here and see what. Let's see what we think. It's kind of a waste of time, but whatever. It's fun. It's fun, right? Okay, window, media. So this is the big conspiracy going around the internets right now. Jack Dorsey being Satoshi. So let's listen to this guy. I've seen a couple different posts, a couple different thoughts on this. I'll share my thoughts after, but let's listen to this. No sound, classic. Okay, how do I get this to have sound? This is a new one. This is a new way to do it here. I don't know if this is going to work actually. So to share audio, share a tab or a screen instead. Okay, so this should work now. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's try it again. Still nothing, eh? Could we hear that second part? No. Okay. Well, it wasn't meant to be, I guess, today. No. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know. Maybe we should troubleshoot it live here so we can know for next time. It says it should be working. Sorry about this, everybody. I know this is very painful to watch and be a part of. Okay, so if I share the entire screen. Oh, I had to click that on. Okay, this should work now. This should work now. Third time's a charm, folks. Here we go.
The internet is going crazy over a theory.
There's still no sound there? Wow, what a show. What a show. Sorry, I just wasted like 5 minutes of your life there. That, you know, some days she goes, some days she doesn't go. And that's just the way she goes. So screw it. I'll just give you my take on it anyways. Maybe I'll share that. It's a video. I don't know. That's shitty because I was liking the way I was doing that, but I guess if that's not going to work, I might have to try it somewhere else. Who knows? Anyway, sorry about that. The theory is that Jack Dorsey is Satoshi, in case you didn't catch that just from the video part of it. But anyways, kind of my take on that. A couple different things. First of all, I don't know who that guy is or what. He didn't even look like a real person. I'm about 96% sure that was an AI person. Look at this. Is this guy not AI? I feel like we're gonna dangerous game here we're playing. My goodness. I feel like we're going to be having a very hard time deciphering the truth here from the not truth in the next little while. There's between the things that are coming out. I know there was a big list that was supposed to be announced yesterday or today. Who knows? I feel like one thing that we're really going to struggle with over these next couple of years is like trying to decipher real from fake. And even the fact that I don't know if that guy's real or fake, it doesn't matter that much, but it's just like still, I don't know. I just feel like we're moving into a very weird world here for a while. The part that gives me a lot of hope, I know that if we were heading down that road and I didn't see any other way, that would be terrifying to me. And honestly, without Bitcoin, I would be terrified and we would be pretty much fucked. But because of Bitcoin, it's going to take some time for it to like mesh together. But I don't know. It's kind of scary times out there. Anyways, one of the things I've been talking about on this channel for a long time is kind of like a conspiracy. Is that I thought that Jack Dorsey was Satoshi for a lot of reasons that he mentioned there. I'm not, the mom's birthday, the dad's birthday. He was in California when Satoshi was probably in California regardless. I mean, anybody who is in that world at that time, like in Silicon Valley, the cypherpunks, they're all kind of around California. So that there's parts of that don't make any sense or that aren't really that relevant or that important in the matter. But there are things that, he was one of the first people on the mailing list. And I think that, I obviously don't know Jack, but he seems like the kind of person who could do something like this. There's a lot of different parts even that he didn't mention in there that kind of make me think that Jack might be either Satoshi or knew Satoshi and worked closely with Satoshi. But just the simple fact that he wears it on his t-shirt. I know it sounds stupid that like, if you're trying to be anonymous, you wouldn't do that. But like, maybe he's either wanting the world to figure it out or it's some sort of symbolism for him. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot of the parts of the story there with Jack, with Satoshi, I don't know. There's something weird there for sure. So I don't think that he is, but I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he was. That's kind of the moral of the story for me. I don't think that he is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was. I don't know. Take that how you want it, I guess. Josh says, I can see Arnie in the background. He's up to something. I can sense it. Yeah, he was. He's always up to something. Spaceman zapped 88 sats. Thank you, Spaceman. Over in the Zap stream. All right. So I see a lot of comments coming in here. Unfortunately, I can't, I won't be able to get to all of them. But anyways, I'm just going to scroll through here quickly to see if there's any questions or any important things to talk about. And then we'll get to the next part here. Good morning, Colin. I think I already said that, but good morning anyways again. Paul, So pissed I bought at 90K instead of waiting for 80. Well, 80 is still pretty damn good, I would say. What? We're kind of moving back up a little bit. Don't forget to smash the like. That's a good idea. I saw a question in here somewhere. Morning, Django. Morning, Brendan. Multi-sig versus single sig. Depends. I would say it really depends on how much Bitcoin you're holding. But if you have a significant amount, I would say that if you have more than 50 million sats, you should be on your way to thinking about a multi-sig. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. That'd be the end of me. All right. Laugh Pad. Good morning. My DCA is looking so good these days. Truth. You're getting a lot more sats for your dollars right now. Alan thinks Jack Dorsey's goal is to become immortal. Okay, so it worked for a second, then it didn't? Okay. I'll have to figure that out. Caden says, where's the best place video that explains borrowing against your Bitcoin? My parents want to buy, but they don't understand the never sell. I don't think there's really a great spot for it yet. There's a couple different companies that offer it. I think Salt Lending is one. Ledden is another. But I just don't think we're really there yet. And I don't think, a video would convince them to hold on to their Bitcoin. I think it's just going to be part of their journey themselves. Everybody's got to figure it out for themselves pretty much. So, hey, look who it is. BitBilly. BitBilly, I haven't seen you for a while, man. Where the heck you been? What would happen to Bitcoin if Jack is Satoshi? That's a good question. And that's, I think, the most important part is that it doesn't really matter. Could be Jack. Could be me. Could be Arnie. Could be Vladimir Putin. It doesn't matter. I think the worst case scenario would be that Satoshi wakes up one day and decides to dump all their coins. I don't think that's a possibility. I think whoever Satoshi is burned their keys as soon as they did it because they knew that they would be enticed at some point to sell it or to move some. So I think that Satoshi mapped everything out so perfectly that he or they wouldn't leave that to chance. So I think the keys to Satoshi's wallet have been burned or they're in the hands of good people. That's my opinion. One of the two. But the point is that it doesn't really matter who Satoshi is because they don't have any sort of influence over the network anymore. 2009, things could have went differently. But we're way too far into this thing now where even if Satoshi came out and announced himself and whatever, we had a parade for him. I don't think it'll ever happen, but even if it did, I don't think it would have any sort of price, maybe short term or any sort of impact, maybe short term. But overall, long term, after a couple months, I think we'd be right back to where we were. So who knows? Yeah, it did look AI generated, wasn't it? I don't know. Alan doesn't like AI. I don't know. I'm indifferent to it. I think it's going to be a big part of our future, whether we want it or not. So I don't think it really makes sense to fight it. I've been watching, on that note, I've been watching a show on Netflix, and one of my favorite shows actually that's ever been produced, which is, it's called Full Swing. It's the Netflix covering the PGA Tour and the Live Tour. And so I watched episode 1 last night, and obviously Tiger Woods is my guy. Always has been, always will be. But there's another guy named Ludvig Åberg, and he's from Sweden. I've talked about him quite a bit on this channel, actually. He's a golfer, so I don't spend too much time. Oh, Arnie's got his loud toy right here. But anyways, one of the things that I really liked and noticed about him is his mentality. He's 24 years old. He finished second place in the Masters last year. Very, very an admirable mentality. It's weird being like 36 years old and looking at a 24-year-old and thinking like, I wish I was more like him. not his golf skill. Obviously, he's got a beautiful golf swing and he's a very talented guy. But like his mentality about everything just really, really impressed me. And kind of the theme with it, the theme that I noticed with him is that everything he talked about, he said, we're not going to fight it. We're not going to try to push it away. We're just going to accept it. We're going to embrace it. And we're just going to have fun. And I think if you apply that to kind of anything in your life, you know, instead of trying to fight things and control things and, you know, push back about different thoughts, about different things in your life, just accept it, just roll with it. I think that that's something that I'm actively trying to, oh yeah, that's really fucking annoying. Hey, we can't be doing that right here. Right? That's way too loud. Hey. If you guys could see him right now. Can you hear that? It's driving me nuts. But anyways, I think that that's with the AI stuff, I think it's better just to embrace it and, you know, welcome it and learn it instead of trying to resist it. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. Anybody who's trying to resist Bitcoin and fight it is ultimately going to fail. And so, you know, there's a lot of people around the world right now, I think in influential positions in companies that are scared of Bitcoin and they think that they can just kind of ignore it or, you know, talk to their friends, their network about Bitcoin negatively. And they think that that's going to somehow make some sort of a difference. But it doesn't. You can't fight anything in life. You just have to embrace it. So I don't know. What do I know? BitBilly thinks it's Hal Finney. I don't know. Could be. I mean, that seems like the most obvious choice. Smartest thing Satoshi ever did was stay anonymous. I would agree with that. Important. Sabian says, AI makes me a good living on autopilot. I don't work. That's what I'm saying. I think if you can kind of embrace it and learn it and utilize it, it's actually going to be your friend. BitBilly says, Jack didn't display public interest until well after Bitcoin was created. Yeah, there's a lot of different theories. I'm actually very surprised, truly. I'm truly surprised that it's been able to stay under wraps this long. With all the information we have access to, it's really hard to keep secrets nowadays, and we're starting to see that more and more. But yeah, I don't know. Odell said that Jack lives to troll and he doesn't think he is Satoshi. I mean, Odell wouldn't say. I don't know if Odell would know. I know they're buddies, but I mean, if you're Satoshi and you're wanting to be anonymous, you're probably not going to tell too many people, regardless of they're your friend or not. Billy says all I do is buy, no matter what. Okay. Ramen says, I got a question. When do you recommend transferring all your Bitcoin to a cold wallet? I think probably 1 million sats. And cold wallet, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cold wallet. Maybe from a cold wallet, I would say 10 million sats. 1 million sats, you get it off the exchange. 10 million sats, you get it into a hardware device. 50 million sats, you start thinking about multi-sig. And then if you have a Bitcoin or more, you should 100% have a multi-sig encrypted backups, best you can have. Even though it only says Bitcoin right now is $80,000, you should be thinking about that as if it's $80 million. And if you had $80 million kicking around and you weren't protecting it as best you possibly could, you wouldn't be sleeping at night. But because everybody's just waiting for the world to tell them that that's what it's worth, they're procrastinating and they're dicking around with this. So that's kind of that would be my threshold for everything. 1 million sats off the exchange, 10 million sats in a hardware wallet, and then 50 million sats and beyond in a multi-sig. And if you have one Bitcoin, you should be moving with a bit of action, taking some action. Jay says, my issue with Jack being Satoshi is he's a Marxist, anti-free speech shown by him deleting Trump from Twitter. Yeah, fair point. I don't know that he had a whole lot to do with that or the ability to stop it, but definitely possible. If you're in a multi-sig, you're a polygamist. Hey, Crypto Princess, good morning. I'll talk to you in about, I don't know, 4 minutes here. I'm jumping on a call with Crypto Princess right after the show today. Oh, BitBilly says, just zapped you, but I hope it didn't screw it up in Zapstream. Yeah, I don't see anything in Zapstream. That's, oh, wow. Okay, well, we got it here. BitBilly with he's back in action here. So, well, I hope it didn't work in both either. But anyways, it didn't show up in Zapstream. We got Matt over there, though, who zapped 88 sats. Thank you, Matt. Good morning to you, my friend. We had somebody else zap 8,888 sats. And we got the fattest zap of the month so far. The fattest zap of the month here from BitBilly, I'm assuming. 122,000 sats. For Fat Zap Friday. Oh, that's the fattest zap. The fattest Zap Friday of the month so far. Thank you, BitBilly. That is fucking... you made my day, maybe week. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It's good to see you. Scotty says, even if Satoshi did dump those coins, Bitcoin would still prevail through. I agree. I agree with that. Good morning, Parker. And Sachi says, I'm in the mindset now to move sats into 500,000 sat UTXOs, keep them in spending chunks. That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it. That's kind of what I do too, honestly. Not quite that high because, again, once you've been in Bitcoin for a while and you set up your generational UTXO and then your collateral UTXO, after that, those are kind of going to be the ones that you're going to be spending. So if you wait long enough, like that 100,000 sats, 200,000 sats, 500,000 sats, those are going to be worth quite a bit in the future. So you won't have to like combine multiple UTXOs there, which is what you have to worry about. So I'm kind of in the same mindset as that. Absolute Giga Chad talking about BitBilly. Yeah, that's a nice one. Arnie's going to appreciate that. That's going straight to his cold storage today. Hopefully the fees are low. But thank you, BitBilly. That's very, very, very kind of you. Appreciate that a lot. All right. So the Crypto Princess says she got all day, but I don't want to make her wait very long here. So we'll talk about one more thing. And then we'll hit the road. So first of all, this is big news. This is why I bought more MicroStrategy yesterday. Jim Cramer says you should stay away from MicroStrategy. And I don't need to say much more than that. That was the sole reason why I bought MicroStrategy yesterday. So, but the one thing I would say to that is that, and I saw a chart yesterday showing the global liquidity, which basically dried up. I think it was at the end of 2024, and it's back on the rise. Liquidity usually means that Bitcoin's going to start running. So liquidity's up. There's usually a delay between it going up and Bitcoin coming behind it. Plus, we're going through the part of the cycle. So I'm very, very bullish for these next couple months here. This whole year, from this point on, I think is just going to be life-changing for a lot of people. And these are the times right now when you need to be taking advantage of it. There's a lot of people out there who are scared. That's what this kind of stuff is meant to do. It's meant to drive people out right now. But these are the times you need to be buying. And you know, when you think about it, I was talking to my little brother yesterday, and he's not a Bitcoiner. He kind of understands it a little bit. He has some Bitcoin, but he just kind of has it because I told him to buy it. And I was talking to him yesterday, and I said, I bought more MicroStrategy, I bought more Bitcoin, and I'm either going to be living well or I'm going to be living on the street. And he was pretty concerned. He's like, well, what happens if Bitcoin goes to zero? And I was like, well, you know, realistically, I'm young. I would just start over again. He's like, what does that mean, start over again? I'm like, well, I'd go get a job. And he's like, well, how would you pay your bills? And I'm like, I'd have a job. Like people spend so much of their life worrying what if something goes wrong, instead of like, what if this works out better than we could imagine? Which is kind of where I'm going with this. This is either going to be the biggest thing that's ever happened, or it's going to go to zero. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with going to zero. I'm 100% fine with that. But nobody, I titled the show today, do things that others don't, because you have to. If you want to be different than everybody else, if you want to be more successful, if you want to be more wealthy than everybody else, you have to do things differently than the average person. And yes, it's easy to have a small allocation into Bitcoin and still have a lot in the legacy system, and just kind of, you know, you're never going to be poor, but you're never going to be rich. You're just going to be average. So the times like today and this week, when everybody's panicking and scared, that's when you need to be taking advantage of this stuff and really, really going all in on it. If you have that conviction and you have the belief in Bitcoin, then this is the time right now. We're never going to see, in my opinion, we're never going to be able to buy Bitcoin at this price. And just the simple fact that we can still, that the majority of people out there are still uneducated enough to accept dollars for Bitcoin, that just kind of shows where we are right now. So just take advantage of it, whether it's $80,000, whether it's 100,000, whether it's 200,000. Understand where we are right now, understand where this thing is going to, and do everything that you possibly can to grab every one of those scarce, absolute scarce sats while you can. Because these days aren't going to be around forever. We're going to look back in 5 or 10 years from now and give anything to be here in terms of like where we're at in our life. You know, we're going to be 10 years older at that time, but we're also going to look back and wish we would have done more right now, instead of, you know, watching videos and being worried and checking out posts and being worried. And we'll kind of leave it with this, and Crypto Princess, I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes over here, but you're in the chat here, so I think we're okay. But this is the quote that I wanted to leave it with today, and a post, our nostr news from today. It's important, and this is exactly what I told my little brother yesterday. I said, I don't want to wake up when I'm 80 years old. I legitimately said this before I saw this post yesterday. This is why I wanted to share it. But I said, I don't want to wake up when I'm 80 years old and wish that I would have done more, or wish I would have done something different when I was this age. Nobody ever regrets the stuff that they did when they're 80 years old. They regret the stuff that they didn't do. And so this quote here, it kind of worked out, you know, perfectly. This is American Hodl again. We talked about him yesterday, but he said, when my grandfather was dying, he pulled me aside and said, right now there are a couple guys on a beach somewhere with pretty girls on their laps. And the only difference between us and them is they have balls. I never forgot that lesson. Be brave. You'll be on your deathbed soon enough. Truth. So I'm sorry, I've been seeing the chat's been just lighting up here, which is awesome, and I'm sorry I can't get to them, but I got an interview to do here with Crypto Princess, so that'll probably be out, I'm guessing, in the near future. You can see my chat with Crypto Princess. Make sure you go over there. I did an interview with her a couple months ago now, so if you got some time today, make sure you check out the Bitcoin Generation show we did yesterday. Make sure you check out Crypto Princess's channel for what's coming, hopefully in the next couple of days or week. And then the last interview that we did today. So big shout out to everybody today. I'm absolutely blown away with the support here, the zaps that have come in. It really means a lot to me. I'm really trying my best to not have any sort of sponsors on the show. I think it's important that I own my voice and I'm not influenced by anybody else or have to worry about what I say. And to me, trust is the biggest thing in life, integrity, and especially when you're dealing with people's wealth and finances. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do here is build that. Showing up here every day, there's no script. There is, the live chat here. I don't avoid anything. And I hope that spills out to the people here. So I appreciate it. I appreciate every single zap that came in today. I appreciate every single comment and every single person who took time from their life today to not only be here, but not for me, but for yourself and your family. So anyways, thank you, Billy, once again. That was extremely generous of you. And I very much appreciate it. And everybody else who sent in some zaps and some fat zaps today. So I hope you all have an amazing Friday today. And we'll talk to you on Monday. And Bird Meta, last minute super chat. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. So we'll talk to you very soon, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.